Welcome to the Ponderous Brick Thinker. This is another installment in Learning from the Pros. In this episode, we're going to continue with BRICKCRAFT set 72609, Bunny Artists. This comes from its Bricktanicals line. Continue is the actual construction of the bunny. So that we have our namesake figure, and starting with bag 2. Alright, so we're going to get a 2x4 brick and a 2x4 plate. Oh, this kind of 2x4. Yep, it does have those holes. And just put them on top. Then in step 26, we're going to get 2 of these plates that have the horizontal studs. It appears to be white. Let's see where these kinds. There you go. So these kind of plates, and it looks like it's a 2x4 on top, but it's this kind of arrangement. So it's on both sides. And then 2 1x2 smooth plates that are of the, I suppose, sky blue. It's not medium azure, but there we go. And then on top of this, it is going to be 4 of these single stud bricks that have a total of 4 horizontal studs, and they're the corner kind, and we're going to arrange them something like that. And there we go. Then over here in step 28, looks like we're going to get a 2 1x2 plates. They have 2 studs, normal kind, and then these kind of curves that are 2x2, this feature. And we're just going to fill in the gap. Oh, here it is. So just put it in there. So that way, when we put it here, it looks like it's gonna make contact with all of the white, the narrow part up. So we have that going on. And what do we have here? So it's the light blue 1x2 with 2 horizontal studs, but it's the ones, they essentially look like wheels when looked from just like that. But we need another of this kind. And we also need a 1x2 with a ball joint. It's a lot of the same color. Okay, so another one of these. Okay, so here's the other ball joint. I still need one more of this. Let's see. One of the things that I noticed is that these studs are hollow. They're not, well, yeah, they are see-through. There we go, found it. So we have these right here, 1x2 with 2 horizontal studs. They go first, they come in like this, and then on the opposite side. And then over here, it's the 1x2 with the ball joints, and I think like this. And I wonder if that's right there. In step 30, a 2x4 plate, and then a 2x2 curve piece, there we go, just like that. Building on this, it's going to have, it's a 1x2 curve piece that has a pointy feature to it, this kind, and it'll go like that, and I need to find the opposite way for the other side. This is also going to be needed. It's a 1x4 curve piece. But let's see if I can find this one. Okay, and so it's going to do that, and this is going to meet them on the bottom. There we go. Step 32. Again, this color, the light blue, it's a angled piece, but it has a stud on the angle. It is a one stud area because it's not exactly a brick, and it's definitely not a plate. Here we go. It's hollow, but it's not see-through. One there, and I need another. Here we go. Okay, so over here. Now we're going to need a 1x2 with a single stud there and a ball there. And it goes, I assume, either side. It is symmetrical. And, oops, like that. Now, I think it's going to be the front part of the bunny. 2x3 plate, a white, and then this 2x2 curve piece that seems to have a red bow tie on it, like that. It's printed onto it, so it's not a sticker. Goes like that, so it's flat. And then over here, it's going to be white, 1x2 curve piece with a point. That, and then I need to find the opposite side. Since it's a different color than the rest, easier to find, like that. And then right here, let's see. I can tell it's this because there's no other shape like it, but it's like a quarter circle, but it's a slope. It's like a curve. Goes in like that. Then one more for the other side. Oops. There. And that goes on the opposite side. All right. Now we're going to go to a 2x2 plate, and we're going to get this 1x2 brick that's curved. There. And then we're going to get two 1x2 plates and just stack them. Like that. And then 38. We're going to get this. It's a 2x2 plate, but it also has a slope. Because over here, we're going to get this kind of curvy brick and go like that. And here. And then we're going to add it to this. So this, like that. Okay, set that aside. And then we're going to get it's a 2x2 plate, but it has an insert. And then we're going to put a 1x2 brick that has a hole for that insert. And then we're going to get it's going to be a normal 1x2 plate. And then on the opposite side, this is a 1x2 plate, but it has studs on both sides. I think we've seen the variety where it's a single stud plate, but this is one with two studs on both sides. Let's see here. Oh, no. That's single. Did I already get the normal 1x2? Okay, here's the normal. I already got it. I already put it there. Let's see, where could that one be? These might be hollow. How curious. I think the biggest challenge in this bag, or bags, for it's bag 3, sorry, bag 2, just it's all the same color. It's the majority. So it's just having your eye out for the shape. So 1x2, it is hollow, but it's not see-through. And that goes on the opposite side of where that plate was placed. So now this brick has studs on both sides. Oh, okay, so then, let's see, how does it say? Okay, so I'm gonna say, it's hard to say, but I'm thinking it's this side to place this piece. And I say that because the hole is not centered on the brick. There's more space on this side than this side. See if the glare can show the line. And what I can see from the diagram is that the space is on this side. And also these studs go on the bottom row like that. So it can still rotate. Now, it's a 1x2 brick that's this color. It could be a light yellow. It's not exactly bright yellow. Yeah, it could be, yeah, light yellow. Here, and then a 1x2 red plate. And then right here is their single stud plates with horizontal stud. Oops. Okay, and they just go like this and like that. And then they're placed like that, which is curious. Could be that, I'm not sure. It's not symmetrical, which is kind of a surprise. All right, let's see what comes of this. Can we have that? Oh, maybe it is. There we go. That's the, it's a head. Okay, so then we have, they are the bricks that are single stud, but they have 4 horizontal studs in a corner. They're joined by this 1x2 brick. Let's see, something like this. And one more. There we go. And then we need a single stud brick with 1 horizontal stud. A one that we have seen before there. Not necessarily this set, but we need one more. There we go. Okay, so we have this going on, and then we're going to put it on top of here, but we're going to keep this like that, even though we only have a single row. It comes in like this. Okay. Yes, they want to be sure about that. Don't do this. Do this. Apparently the other side of the head is purposely meant to go in there, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so then on step 44, it's a 2x2 plate. With a 1x2 brick that's curved. And we're going to get 2 1x2 plates and just stack them and place them in this part right here. It's almost the same as the other side. A 2x2 plate with an angle. And here we go. With, no. Let's see, they're 1x2 with a curve and then a recess, so like that. Here we go. Now these combine with this one. Like that. And then it goes on this side. The bottom row goes to that bottom row. There we go. Now we're going to get something here. This is a pink 2x2 with 4 studs on each side of this plate. Kind of advanced. And then we're going to get this quarter circle 2x2 curve that takes it like that. And another one, eventually we're going to need 4. Yes, 4. No. Here's third. And here's the fourth. So it makes a shallow dome. There. Then it's going to attach to this side. And that's the only place you can attach that to. There. This can still rotate. Now, we're going to go over here, and this 2x2 curve piece is going to get a single stud plate with with a claw on each one. But notice that there's this claw, but this is not the one. The claw needs to go in the perpendicular. There we go. So like this. Not like this. So I need another one. There we go. This one, so in the recess here, it goes like that. And it goes here, like that. Now, this one is going to be based on this 2x2 smooth plate that has the printed mouth. It is going to get a normal 1x2 plate on the bottom, like that. Then it's going to get 2 single stud plates with a claw, like this. So these will be on the top row. And then they go here. It's only going to touch the light yellow. The white is going to stay exposed, at least in this step. Now we're going to cover the white. So it's a normal 1x2 plate with a 1x2 plate and a single stud. And a pink quarter tile with the point at least to one of the large, like that, and it goes over the white. It's still a little crooked there. No? There. Now it's going to be a 1x2 plate, and they're individual tiles, circular tiles, single stud. There's going to be smooth, so there's one that's closed. The higher part of the arch is up. That, maybe. And then there's another one that's going to be open. the sparkle, the white of the eye is to the top to keep it consistent. Like that. And then it goes into those right there. And then we're gonna have, let's call them whiskers, but they're really like claws. They go into the claws of right here. And they're pretty much like a standard blue color. There we go. Okay, so we have gotten that far. Now we're gonna do the ears. So we're gonna get a pink 1x4, a normal 1x2 plate, and then right here, they are 1x2 plates, or they're curved, but they're curved on the underside. And they're gonna go in like this. And it does say 2, so let's try doing both at the same time. So a 1x2 with a normal 1x2 plate. And then 2 underside curves. Like that. Okay, there's our 2 for step 54. In 55, it's going to be a 1x3 plate, and it's going to be like this. It's not going to touch this light blue. It's just going to stay on top of the pink, and then it's going to get a single stud plate right there. Okay, so then a 1x3 plate with a single stud right there. I wonder if they're going to do something, but we'll see if they do it. Now, here, it's still part of 55, but they did that. It's a curious technique, but yeah, there they go. And here it's going to be a 1x2 with a bar so that the claw can hold onto it. Let's see here. Here we go. It's going to be on top of the pink, but leave that 2 exposed, and then a single step plate goes there. So then you just have pink, pink, and blue. Okay, let's do the other one. So it's a 2x2, sorry, a 1x2 with a bar for the claw to grab onto. There we go. And then a single stud plate here. And that completes 55. Now, we're going to get a 1x2 smooth plate. Put it here. And then I believe this is a 1x4 curved piece that fits in like this. And then here, 1x2 smooth plate, and then a 1x4 curved piece like that. Okay, so we did it twice. Now We put them to the head, like that, and that's why it was important to have the claws oriented correctly on these single stud plates. And as far as I can tell, this seems good, but then you also have this. If you know rabbits and most critters, this would be completely light blue, but you have pink on this side. So there's only well, this is happening, which is they're thinking about the back, but it's very much how does it look from the front. And then in step 58, we combine this to this there. So we have the head and body. And now we're going to do limbs. So it looks like the legs are first. Okay, so this is a 1x3 plate. And the holes are hollow and you can see through them. It's going to get a green. Like that. And then it's going to get a blue rod to go through. Hopefully. Maybe. So that's interesting. So in this step right here, there's a blue, well, maybe they should have put this picture in between, because then it's basically indicating that the blue rod goes all the way to the bottom of the green. And then you have this blue plate coming in, so it will be that one right there. Okay, so let's make sure it's all the way in. A little bit more, but okay, so yeah, use the table to make it flat. And then a blue single step plate that's hollow. There we go. Just put it all the way in. So you have that, so it kind of looks like that. So then over here, we're going to get a smooth 1x2 plate. And we're going to get these, it's a single step plate, but with horizontal studs on both sides. Kind of put them like this, and it will really look like roller skates. But there we go, single step plate with studs on both sides. And then we're going to put them on top here. Now what are we doing here? Oh, let me do the other leg also, because apparently they're counting all of them the same. Okay, so it's a 1x3 plate with a green plate on one of the sides, as long as it's oriented like that. Then a blue rod all the way, and then a single step blue plate rounded all the way in. There we go. Then in step 60, a smooth 1x2 with a single stud plate with two horizontal studs opposite sides. And we need another. And then it goes on top. So now both are caught up to step 60. In 61, we're going to need this. It's a 1x2 piece. I wonder if this is it. I don't see. Well, where's the other one? I guess this. So it's not exactly like another curve that's known. It's just like there's a top part flat, and then it curves down. And then it's also going to get a 1x2 curve piece that is pointy, or has a pointy feature. It goes in like that. So then we have that right there. Okay, so if you see the green, that's not the way. It's where you see the horizontal, you see this, and then you see that. That is to this picture right here. However, 61 is, well, that might not have been a good idea. In terms of, okay, you do this for both of them, you do this for both of them, and you can tell because one for each leg. Then here you start to break apart. This is this leg. We'll find out which side. And then in 62, you might do it again. Let's see. Oops, rotate this around. This piece and the pointy one. But it has to be not this one because it needs to be, the point needs to be on the bottom part. So maybe this one. Okay, so then it might all work out. But also, we need to do this right here. Okay, so then it's a 1x2 smooth brick with a single stud plate with horizontal studs on both sides, like that, and that makes an instantaneous brick that you can put stuff on. And then a rounded single stud blue plate goes underneath that. And then this connects to, oops. Oh, maybe I did something wrong. Let's see. So in step 61, yep, there we go. So in step 61, we aren't like this, but this goes there. So this is half exposed, and there's a place to put the next step in here, like that. So this needs to show, and then you should be good in terms of making sure this middle toe is there. And then this part has 3, but it's only going to connect fully to these 2 and leave that exposed there. Maybe it is okay to do both. Let's find out. Okay, so I have this for 60, and then here I'm going to need a, let's see, it's a 1x2 with a curve, and then it gets flat. Is that the right one? Yes. And then it, oh, whoops. Nope, not the right one. That was that, but we need, eventually we'll get it. I'll leave it out here. What do I need? I need the one that has the studs up. Ah, here we go. That one. And it needs the pointy on the bottom when placed like this. It's not that one. This one. Like that. Then it goes here, only touching or fully on that one there. Like that. Okay, so then we're going to need to do two things in step 62. Let's do this one first. It's this one. It's a 1x2 brick. And then you're going to put a single stud plate with two studs on both sides. There. And then a single stud round plate under that. And you're going to attach it to that and this. Turn it around, and then we'll be going with this 1x2 plate with kind of a curve and then a flat. And then a 1x2 curve with a pointy part. Like that. So only going to touch these two. Like so. Okay, so then we have two. Now we're going to go to step 63. And we're going to get these cones. Usually I've seen them in the opposite direction where the set is on the top and the inserts are on the bottom. And then we're going to get a 2x2 round brick and the small red connector going in there. It's going to be inserted to here. There we go. And then the cone, 2x2 brick, and a red connector. Oops, I went all the way in, but let's see if it fixes itself. There we go. Now we turn this one upside down. So, oh, okay. So that brick that had the crosshairs inserts or little holes, these are going to receive the red connectors. It's just not that, oh, I can always rotate that like that. So yes, these studs are going to go into the brick, but the red will help stabilize it. So it's a little bit stronger connection. There we go. So there, it's not easily, well, unless you do that. But yes, a bit stronger than just having bricks on top of each other. Now this one, I see that. There we go. So the red was in competition with the rod and was pushing it out, but now they're level. Okay. All right, it's coming together. Oh, I think they want it, I'm not sure if they want it closer or not. Okay, so the arms. Now these are a really modified 1x2. They have a ball joint and a ball with a 1x2 plate to cover here. Now notice it does not say do two at a time, probably because the instructions for the left arm and right arm are going to be slightly different. So we have this. We're going to get a 1x2 with a ball joint, another 1x2 with a ball joint, and stack these. It has that kind of texture too. Interesting. And then on top of them is a smooth 1x2 plate. Now they rotate like this so that the void or the inserts on the top and come in like this so that the inserts facing this way and maybe like that. Okay, and then over here, let's see, we're gonna get it's a upside down pink plate with a horizontal stud, a single stud with a ball joint, also upside down like that, And then it's a plate with a horizontal stud. Oops. Let's see, let's get the orientation. So we have the stud like that, and then it comes out like this. And then we're gonna put a single stud brick with a curve, or it's like that. And then another one on the pink. Now they are slightly on different levels, but that might be okay. On the pink, it's a single stud plate, but it has studs on both sides. And it goes on the pink. And then it connects to the rest of the arm. Now we're going to get to the palette. So it's this 4x4 round plate. It's going to get a light yellow single stud plate here. And then it's in person, it's red orange. And it goes. Yeah, we're going to change. That kind of helps. Nope. Yeah. Wow, it's in there. Okay. I'm looking at this picture right here. So if I orient it so that there's the two studs there, the yellow goes there, the red orange goes here, and the pink goes diagonal from the orange. Okay, so that's 68, and we put it on this here. Oops. Okay. We can always rotate it because of the ball joint, but this it's not really a strong hold, but it might be okay. Let's see. And then connect it to the bunny. Oh wow, just doing that adds character. Okay, now we're going to do the other arm. So we're going to, in step 70, it's a smooth 1x2 plate with a modified 1x2 that has a ball joint and a ball itself. So like this. And then we're going to get a ball joint or ball receiver and another one opposite directions. And then a smooth 1x2 plate on top. Then it connects to here. See, hold on, like that. The smooth plate is on the bottom, and it says go up like that. Okay. Now we're gonna do the hand. So it's this single stud plate with a horizontal stud, this variety, and a single stud plate with a ball joint. Goes in like that. And then a single stud pink plate with a horizontal stud that goes on top of that. So we have that going on. On there, it's like a tan single stud plate with a claw, but on the bottom side goes in like this. Then we're going to get two single stud brick with a curve, holding it like this and like this. All right. Now it's going to say, let's do the paintbrush. So we get this rod a tan cone upside down, and it's not a hair piece, but it's that. Insert, and ooh, so there's nothing stopping it, but more or less that's fine, and this just helps keep it in place or give it a visual, yeah, this is a brush. And then insert to the claw here. And so to the arm. There. And then to the bunny. Like that. And then the feet, having those green, land on the platform. Whoops, forgot the egg wasn't attached. Right there. Oops. Oh, I might have pushed too much in the green and the rod on the legs. There we go. I pushed down on the body here since that's the straight line through the legs, and the rods inside should adjust. Now that's really articulated. Like that. So that's step 77. Now we're going to do, it's the marker holder. Hold on, let me get the egg. Embarrassing. Okay. The egg and bag 3. So we're going to get this 1x2 with a bar. Here we go. And then 2x2. That kind of plate, it's smooth on the bottom so that it has a kind of a shallow dome. Another one right next to that. And then right here, they are a darker green, 1x3 plates, and they go under a 2x3 plate, like that. And they're gonna be like that, so it's gonna form a line. So another 1x3 plate underneath a 2x3 goes like that. Now it's a 1x6. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how they're doing it. Okay, so it's a 2x2 and a 1x6 on top, and then a 2x2 curved piece, but it goes like this. And they go like that. The 1x6 is in the middle of the 2x3s. Now we're going to get these big bricks, 1x2. They go in like that. Whoops. And another one here. In step 82, It's a 1x2 brick there. Normal, because everything else has crosshairs holes in them. Okay, and then in step 83, there's things going on. Okay, so we have a 1x2 with a crosshair, and this piece goes in like that, and they go in like this. I need another 1x2 crosshair with that, and here. Okay. Oh, let's see. Yes, we need a 1x6 smooth plate on top of the 1x2 bricks. Like that. And here's a 1x2 with insert like that. Goes here. A 1x2 with the crosshair. It goes there. And then a 1x6 smooth plate. Like that. Okay, then step 85. It's a 1x2 crosshair hole with this insert here on the top one. And then again here, 1x2. Like there. There. Okay, and then this, I forgot about these, but there's claws right there to connect. And step 87. Now, okay, they do acknowledge there's pink on this side, which is honest. But also, they did provide 4 markers. And, oops. So then you always have to hold one in your hand. They can get away with it because someone's using it there. But I guess it's a thought of to make this really interactive, all the pieces to, I guess it's a thought that counts, which is, you know, okay, it's a nice interaction of semi-real life object and building something to hold it. I'm not sure, it's been a long time since I had a marker like this, if they're this width and everything. I'm not going to color the egg just because I don't have an idea of what to do with that egg, and I'm not even sure if it's washable or not. I'm not going to risk it, especially since it feels very light. But yeah, that egg is ready to be decorated. And so that's another thing I was kind of wondering, like, yes, this is like a fun kit, but it's a decorative piece mostly, because it could be helpful if you have other eggs of maybe real, but you can decorate on this. Maybe not the ones with dye, because then it can you could, you know, stain the pieces here, but it's like a nice holder, a very elaborate holder, I would say, for an egg. But still, this is a nice piece right here. So it can continue if you want to be like part of the decor of the season. The only thing is, like right now, I'm kind of trying to do it in advance of the season. So just in case somebody buys it in advance to decorate for the season, here it is. But also, would this be a gift that you would give to someone for the season? And so then you receive it on Easter, and then you have a day to put it together. But then this is really the theme is in preparation for the season because you can decorate more decorations. So it's an odd kind of set if you want to think about what's it for. But overall, it's a nice character they have here. Oops. Now they're really stuck. Okay, so maybe the rod should have gone through the entire leg, because that's the weakest point. Unless this rod's supposed to touch that. Oh. But there. You know, this has character. And right now, these joints are stiff because they're new. And so I was just thinking, yeah, it's kind of cute to have short legs, but you know, some articulation there would be nice, so then it could be more posable. Even though right now the main intent is you're gonna have a buddy here while you decorate your eggs. So in that case, yeah, then this works. I'm just curious as to what other possibilities there are in making a posable character. But there we go. So this has been the Ponderous Brick Thinker with the Bunny Artist, a BRICKCRAFT set. If you liked the episode, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more projects of various themes, go ahead and subscribe and sign up for notifications. And see you next time.